What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we're going to be talking all about the Dead Silence field upgrade in the Modern Warfare 2 beta, and more specifically, how they've nerfed it since the previous Modern Warfare. So this is actually going to be a little bit more of a comparison video, Dead Silence in Modern Warfare 2 versus Dead Silence in Modern Warfare 2019. And let's just dive right into the topic here and start it off with all of the time values for like charge up times as well as activating times and everything like that. When it comes to the time to charge these field upgrades in Team Deathmatch without getting any score whatsoever, this is just the base charge time, it's actually the same in both of these games at 1 minute and 34 seconds. Additionally, when it comes to the amount of time that the Dead Silence is active without getting kills, of course, as you get kills with Dead Silence active in both of these games, it will reset this timer, but the time it'll be active for without getting a kill is going to be 15 seconds again in both of these games. So far so good. It looks like they pretty much just copied and pasted Dead Silence in. However, now let's have a look at movement speeds, because in Modern Warfare 2019, Dead Silence would give you a 7.5% boost to your movement speed while active. And in Modern Warfare 2, it's not 7.5%. In fact, I did the testing on this, and it does slightly speed you up, but instead of a very noticeable 7.5%, it's a hardly noticeable 1.3% boost to your movement speed based on my testing. So that right there is quite a noticeable nerf to Dead Silence, especially when you consider the fact that when you get kills while Dead Silence is active, it resets that timer, and that 7.5% boost to your movement speed can definitely make the difference between you getting to the next enemy in time to get the kill to make sure it resets versus not being able to make it to that enemy in time, especially with the way that the spawns often flip all over the map in 6v6. Additionally, when we start looking at the differences between these two Dead Silence field upgrades, in Modern Warfare 2019, there is no activation time. It activates immediately when you press the buttons to activate Dead Silence, and there is no animation or no time that your gun is going to be down where you can't aim down sight. So it's pretty simple. When you want Dead Silence active, you hit those two buttons and boom, your Dead Silence is immediately activated. You're in the fight. You can aim down sight. You can shoot at enemies. There's nothing interrupting that. Whereas in Modern Warfare 2, as I'm sure most of you guys have noticed, Dead Silence, when you call it in, now has an animation where you pull out some fancy radio device and then somehow that magically makes you quieter. And during this process, this animation will last for a total of about 2 seconds. You can hip fire your gun, but you're unable to aim down sight. And it's also worth noting that the effects don't immediately apply the moment you hit those buttons, like in Modern Warfare 2019. And instead, it takes about half of that animation time, so a little bit over 1 second, in order for Dead Silence to activate. So if you're ready to make that big move with Dead Silence, instead of just hitting the two buttons and you're off, your Dead Silence is going right away, now you have to pause for a little bit, wait for it to fully activate, then you can start sprinting and have the effects of Dead Silence active. And while all of these areas may seem like minor things, we're talking just 1 second, 2 seconds, why are you being so nitpicky about that? This is Call of Duty, and especially in the 6v6 maps, a lot can happen in 1 to 2 seconds. If you recognize that perfect window of opportunity to make a flank on enemy players, and you want to pop Dead Silence and make that route, having to pause for a couple seconds before making that move after hitting those buttons, that can make all the difference in the world as to whether or not that route is successful. And I have noticed this getting in the way a lot while using Dead Silence in this game, where I recognize the right opportunity to pop it, I do pop it, and then by the time it's fully activated and my gun's ready to go again, I realize, oh crap, I missed my window, I can't make that route anymore, and it's effectively just too late, and I either waste my Dead Silence, or at least I waste that opportunity, which was the sole reason that I was using Dead Silence, is so I could take advantage of those opportunities. Now, to top all of this off, I'm sure this is something many of you guys have seen floating around in the community, and this part is absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. In Modern Warfare 2, when you activate Dead Silence, your character will make a very loud and distinct sound when you activate this. This is effectively the sound when going through the metal detectors on Terminal, for instance. It's that loud, that distinct, that easy to pick up on, and this happens every time you activate Dead Silence. And to make matters even worse with that, you don't hear it on your end. There's no indication on your side that you're making this really loud sound, but you are making it for everyone else. So with this field upgrade, which its entire purpose is to be stealthy and to get behind players, and it's our only option for doing so since there's no ninja or Dead Silence perk in the game, When you activate this stealthy field upgrade, you announce your presence and location to everyone that's nearby, which essentially invalidates its entire purpose. At first within the beta, I was hearing that sound cue. I was hearing what sounded like metal detectors, and it was kind of confusing to me. I was like, why are there metal detectors on this map? But now that I know that this is Dead Silence and more people are starting to figure it out, this is a heavy and completely unnecessary nerf to the Dead Silence field upgrade. So overall, even though the timings are very comparable to Modern Warfare 2019, this version of Dead Silence is significantly worse than we had in that game. And that's not even mentioning the fact that our tune-up perk in this game isn't immediately active at the beginning of matches, unlike in Modern Warfare 2019, and that's effectively another nerf to field upgrades across the board, but that also includes Dead Silence. So if you are somebody that really wants to push that playstyle where you're just getting Dead Silence as often as possible, you don't get the full advantage of that tune-up style perk immediately at the beginning of the game. You have to charge that up over time, and then you will get that power eventually. I actually can't believe I'm saying this with Modern Warfare 2, but I wish we could have the Dead Silence back from Modern Warfare 2019. I really didn't like it being only available as a field upgrade and not a perk like pretty much every other Call of Duty game that's ever existed. And especially with how loud and unrealistic the footstep sounds are in this game, where everybody seems to have superhuman hearing and a built-in awareness or amplify perk for free, I find it ridiculous that the devs also nerfed the Dead Silence field upgrade. If anything, these boosted footsteps should have at the very least called for a buff to the field upgrade if they refused to bring it in as a perk. But instead, they decided to go the route of nerfing it, and I find that to be very frustrating. So here's a little bit of feedback that I have when it comes to the Dead Silence field upgrade. The first thing I'll say, which is not likely to be coming, but I'm still going to be providing the feedback that I'm going to provide, I still think we should have a ninja perk that doesn't make footsteps completely silent, just reduce footstep audio by about 60% like we saw in many previous Call of Duty games with their perks, while also providing access to Dead Silence as a field upgrade that does give us Dead Silent footsteps. And then at least we have some variety and choice there. We can go either the perk route, where we can still be heard, but just not nearly as loud as the base footsteps, or we can go the Dead Silence field upgrade route, which has a lot of downsides attached to it, but at least we are actually dead silent while running, or at least I believe we are. I haven't been able to do some detailed testing in a custom game since we're in the beta. Now, if they refuse to bring some kind of a ninja perk into the game, at the very least, with this Dead Silence field upgrade, I think they should completely scrap any animation for activating it. I think the animation doesn't make any sense anyway. I mean, we're just magically getting quieter footsteps. Why do we need to pull out some random device? And on top of that, there shouldn't be any activation noise whatsoever. It makes absolutely no sense to have an activation sound on a Dead Silence field upgrade. And to top that off even further, I would like to see the return of the movement boost from Modern Warfare 2019 and or an extension to the active time from 15 seconds up to maybe 20 seconds. Like I said, with footsteps being even louder and easier to pinpoint than Modern Warfare 2019, this Dead Silence field upgrade is more important than ever, and therefore I do feel it deserves a buff in relation to Modern Warfare in order to compensate for that buff to the footstep audio. Now, of course, this is just my opinion from somebody that loves the more aggressive, flanky playstyles that I've been able to use in every other Call of Duty game, with the one exception potentially being Modern Warfare 2019. But even in that game, I at least had a better tool available to me to support that playstyle. So of course, I am a little bit biased here, but I do feel like my playstyle has been nerfed into the ground with this game, and I'd like to see them at the very least bring that back into balance. I do, however, want to hear from you guys in those comments down below. What do you think of the Dead Silence field upgrade this time around in Modern Warfare 2? Do you like the fact that they've effectively nerfed it from Modern Warfare 2019? Do you think they should have buffed it from Modern Warfare 2019 or provided a Dead Silence or Ninja perk instead or in addition to? Or do you think everything's just fine as it is? Just let me know all of those thoughts down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.